Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of This Is Why I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did some stuff. I think we just finished off we reached a certain part in the MSQ, in the patches of Reborn. And the thing I want to do now before we continue any farther into the patches is finish off all of the beast tribes first. Now the thing that I have done is I've already finished leveling up the sylphs. The kobolds and Sahagin still need to work on those. Now, for the beginning of this episode, I'm only going to record this advancement quest to the Ixal, because the Ixal go farther than level 4. So I want to go and advance this so I can then continue leveling it up off camera. So I'm first going to be doing this, and then the rest of the episode is probably going to be more beast type quest enhancement stuffs. But yeah, I need to do this. Have need of Lynn's help, says Udas. So close. We are. Taking shape before our very eyes. Desul Kalanis. Hull for body, engine for heart. Next fashion, muscle to transfer power to wings we must. Developed by Federalist ones, cerulean technology was. Very advanced. First Ixal in history to design and build our own engine we are. Functioned perfectly. Main engine components too. Flawless was Tataramu's design. An abundance of materials for upcoming task we have. But tiny problem there is. Maybe not so tiny, Squawk. Machine tool for cutting transmission parts we have not. Many intricate gears and cogs harness power produced by engine. Propulsion system they do. With one precision gear wheel, then make a lathe to grind such parts we could. Our best hope, Lynn is. Beg, borrow, steal, but have that gear wheel we must. Only Federalist ones have the item we seek. Rest on Lynn's shoulder. Fate of Desul Qualan does. Oh, oops. I don't know. I was sitting in on Zuzza's lamentations. It would seem we are in need of a new lathe, or failing that, a part that will allow us to build one. A gear wheel such as the one we seek must be of the highest degree of workmanship. Should it be warped by even the smallest fraction, that imperfection will be reflected in the turning of the lathe and make the crafting of precision components impossible. No, it must be one made to extremely exacting specifications. I speak of the difference of a single hair's width here. The entire realm of Eorze, I could count on the fingers of one hand the master artisans who are capable of forging such a piece. And even should we be so fortunate as to secure the services of such a talented individual, we must consider the time it would take to craft a gear wheel. Our project might languish for weeks, if not months. It would be far better were we to focus on obtaining an existing gear wheel, and then somehow convincing the owner to part with it. A lathe. Now, where have I seen a lathe before? Ah, yes, I have vague memories of seeing one in my grandfather's workshop, which was somewhere outside the city. Lynn, that's it. You must return to Gridania and speak with Coulson once more. He's been with High Wind Skyways since the beginning. If anyone knows where... if anyone were to know what's become of my grandfather's lathe, it would be Coulson. He will likely be in or around the Carline Canopy. The old man is never far from the ashes when not attending to business. But... wow. We have arrived at Gridania during twilight, which is pretty dang cool. That lighting's pretty dang awesome, it is. How do I get there again? I guess you have the airship ticketer. And then this, which is... yeah. Or is it just outside, but then higher... or to the side over here? I think that is probably the case, yeah. Yes, I remember you. My eyesight may be failing, but my mind is yet sharp. Thank you very much. You're the last master Tataramu employed as his delivery girl. Surely the materials I provided you with were sufficient, yes? The young master wishes to know what became of the lathe from his grandfather's workshop. Well, now that does bring back memories. It must be nigh on 50 years ago that I began my apprenticeship with Tatanora, yes. A famous adventurer and businessman. I still recall the day he convinced this revolutionary enterprise. He proposed the idea of building passenger balloons that shared the principle, if not the purpose, of Ixali dirigibles. This company was the very first air travel service in the realm, and marked the birth of high-wind skyways. Of course, it was not until around 30 years later, when Sid Garland brought airship technology to Eorzea, that flights between cities became a regular occurrence. Those were the days, though. If I close my eyes, I can still see the workshop. I can still hear our excited optimism as Tatanora and I worked tirelessly in the construction of that first balloon. Pray excuse an old man, he's reminiscing. What are you speaking of? Ah, yes, laughs. Or laves, I don't know. I believe the last Master Tataramu refers to was the one we used in the old Falgord workshop. But I'm afraid the place was shut down and dismantled for lumber after Tatabaru assumed management of the company. It was the end of an era, after all. I wonder if there are still any in Falgord who remember that time. Perhaps you might try speaking with the employees of the Bobbing Cork. Right. Welcome to the Bobbing Cork, friends. Will you be needing a room? No? You've come for a drink and some gossip then? Alas, I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the term. It's a matter of tool from the old Skyways workshop that used to stand here in Falgord. A pity our previous owner has moved on. 10 years I've worked here, but never have I heard talk of any such workshop. Well, I may know not of any lath, but we do have a mountain of unclaimed possessions that we've been adding to since the dawn of bloody time. The inn has the largest storeroom in town, you see, and it's the favorite reliquary for all manner of unwanted or forgotten artifacts that once belonged to either residents or customers. Only just this morning I thought to clear some space by throwing away the oldest and dustiest relics. You're more than welcome to sift through the pile outside and take whatever you wish. Okay, so this pile over here. No. The other side? Yes. So look at that, the last gear wheel. Lynn, is that what I think it is? A gear wheel from the last I came to Falgord on the barest of remembrance, but I'm certainly glad I did. The workshop itself is gone, but some things are too precious to simply fling into a midden heap. One of the artisans must have saved it. My grandfather was always well respected, you see, and even in his later years he would take me to see the workers practicing their trade. Listen well, Tataramo, he would say. Coin has its uses, but art of true value is bought with passion and persistence. To reach the highest skies, you must spread your wings and soar. His words of wisdom were as the sweetest lullabies to me as a child. It was likely his influence that encouraged me to pursue my love of airship design. What's this? The face of the gear wheel is engraved with a dedication of some sorts. From my dear friend to Dezo Kolan. On these wings I pledged our everlasting bond. Tatanora. But this would mean... Then let us return to Ixal, whatever, and deliver this treasure to Cesar without delay. There are certain questions to which our Ixal colleague may hold the answers. I also totally forgot to, remove the chat block for this cutscene. Can you blame me, though? Never see waiting for Lynn's return. Cecil was. Releasing decidedly unblessed winds, bowels were. One of the myriad precision parts which make up the wood-shaping lath used in crafting facilities of Ixal. Yes. Yes. Yes, exactly what we need this gear wheel is. Good. Edging much closer to reality, dream of Cecil Kalan is. Cecil, there's something I would ask you. Pale Tataramu looks, nervous belly like Cecil. Asked permissions to use that rune trench. Tataramu did not. No, perhaps you should just read the inscription on the gear wheel. Inscription. The tiny words, Cecil did not. For my dear friend Dezo Kolan, on these wings I pledge our everlasting bond. Tatanora. Tatanora is my grandsire. He is the man who founded Highwind Skyways 46 years ago, and I'm fairly certain we've all heard that second name before. Quack, squawk. Care to share the source of your amusement, Cecil? Too perfect it is, destined to fall into our hands, this gear wheel was. Dezel Kalan, outcast and genius, first chief of Ixal 9, master balloon maker and Cecil's respected mentor. Your mentor? Then the name of our Harbridge airship? Yes, one and same. Think of better way to honor Chief's memory, Cecil could not. Then it is true. What? I speak of an old rumor. It was said that grandfather's company was built on his appropriation of Beastman aeronautics, and all the balloons he flew were not more than base imitations of Ixali-made vessels. This rumor, it is a rumor that was officially denied, and any mention has been thoroughly expunged from written records, on the assertion that even unfounded claims of stolen Beastman technology would unduly harm Highwind Skyway's reputation. I thought it merely the rumblings of rivals, sick with envy at grandfather's success. Yes, envy it was, Squawk. Envy that led your ancestors to steal our genius. Thieves and liars. Cecil, Pulling Tataramu's tail feathers as it was, judging by words and gear wheels stolen from us, this knowledge was not. Friends they were, shared craft with Tataramu's grandfather, Dezel Kalan did. See it clearly, Cecil can. Two dreamers gazing into the vast sky. One feathered and one not. Not so different are past and present, eh? Fate has had a hand in our meeting, it would seem. I am honored to continue the friendship our elders began, Cecil Totolok. Dustin, Cecil, aye, there is. Back to work, swiftly now, or find time shortened the new laugh that the rubber will. Right. Tribal quest complete. Right, so now we are trusted, but we have a lot more to do. As the ship gets improved. Right. And then I think, as you can see now, there's like 720. The thing is, you get a lot more points from these, so, and there's also like a lot more quests. Let me check for a second though. I don't really know where these are though. Items maybe? Not items, no. Character? No. Quests. Tribal quests, there we go. Oh yeah, this is all like the level 4 stuff. I still love that license to Gil. So there are 7 ranks. Which is kind of bonkers. Anyway, my friends, I will see you guys in a second, for like a second for you guys, and a lot more time for me. I'm back again after a couple of other days doing other stuff. Hello. Greetings, in. With the ceruleum engine now integrated, the Dezel Kalan is entering the final stages of construction. Not long now. Not long at all. Once this airship is proven skyworthy, the field of aeronautics will never be the same again. There is, however, another favor I would ask of you. Are you familiar with Gerald, the master weaponsmith who resides in Hurstmill? We will have need of his legendary smithing talents if we are to complete our steering mechanism, the helm of the Dezel Kalan. Only he can properly combine and align the necessary components. Pray take these materials to Gerald and request that he aid us in our endeavor. Time to talk to that dude again. Not him. Let me go and check something for a second though. I'm curious about it actually. Because at the moment I think... Yeah, wow, so much fucking stuff. This quest line is insane. It's way too much stuff. Anyway, hello. What do you want now? The Gelzon blokes come calling again, did he? Well, I ain't got the patience for no mystic rubbish today. Me it feels like a kettle with some bastards trying to pound the dents out of. Pay no mind to Master Gerald, good madam. His temper is as short as his night of carousing was long. Now, what do you have? What do you have that needs mending? A kettle, a cookpot? Nothing of the sort. Well, if you don't mind dealing with an apprentice, I should be happy to hear the details of your request. Now then, madam, what manner of task has brought you to our humble forge? Get a load of this. Ah, a custom-made helm to fit a new breed of airship. Tricky. I can understand why you would seek Master Gerald's expertise. Though he is first and foremost a forger of weapons, the masterpieces he creates demand a flair for innovation and an eye for the minutest of details. Should he turn his hands to crafting your vessel's helm, then I can promise you that the end result will be of unparalleled quality. As you have witnessed, however, the master's present demeanor falls somewhere short of amenable. That is a word. Beyond the threat of debt collection, there is little that will convince him to take up his hammer. Are you yourself not an artisan of some skill? Then allow me to suggest that you take a portion of these materials and craft the finest helm handles you can manage. The sight of such painstaking workmanship should serve to stir the embers of professional curiosity in Master Gerald's soul. Despite his grumblings, he is not one to back down from a challenge. Here, I shall return your materials. Consider the tools of our meager workshop to be at your disposal. That's... I presume that is the helm component? Yes, need 4 of these. Then there's like 2 more tiers. Okay. Well, that's a little bit annoying. I don't need to do that. I do not need to use veneration. Also, my cat is having zoomies right now, so if you hear anything, out of the ordinary in the background, this is because I have a cat who is very high on energy right now. And also attacking my cables. And my freaking hoodie. Just in general, just, very high energy right now. Because it is getting later in the night, which you may be able to see for you. If only this quest wasn't so weird. Right. Thank the gods. That drink demon smithy stopping using me head as an anvil, eh? Still bloody here, are you? I swear to the 7 else. Get a load of this. What's this then? Made these whilst I was trying not to puke on my apron, did you? Fine bit of work. I never pegged you for an artisan, but even with this level of skill, you still felt the need to come to old Gerald, eh? So what's the job? Want me to make this handiwork of yours, and make want me to take this handiwork of yours, and make a steering mechanism for your flying boat? Is that it? No, right, I'll do it. I know that fire in your eyes, and bugger me if I don't respect it. Might be as I'll need some time to get the work done, though. I don't take fancy making finicky adjustments until the fog of booze is good and gone. Once I'm satisfied it's ready, though, I'll have the finished parts delivered to your shipyard. Report to Tataramu. What the fuck is this cat doing? Lynn, you're back. Master Gerald agreed to the task? Excellent, excellent. I can think of no other major barriers preventing us from completing the Desert Colon. An airship? All blades stand ready to begin the extraction. Spare no mercy for these ferret savages. Me and the boys. Who comes barging into Cecil's camp? Remember inviting armed thugs to dinner, Cecil does not. Save your indignation, beast man. You'll roast for kidnapping Master Tataramu. Kidnapping? See you any shackles around his ankles? Free as a bird, Tataramu is. How did you even find me here? How many times must I tell you to leave me be? Enough of this petulant nonsense, Tataramu. Father? Father! Ah, chief of Skywind Skyways clan, you must be. This is the workshop of which you've caused so much fuss. There are no proper tools nor materials, why it barely qualifies as a dumping ground for our factory's refuse. What is it you wish to do, boy? If you want to tinker with airships, the company has them in abundance. I'll have Coulson arrange for one of those new Garland Ironworks models to be docked in a spare hangar. No, father, you don't understand. This is not some game or idle pursuit. Call my camp grunt for dumping refuse, do you? Shove ceruleum hose up chairman's backside, says it would, if already their broomstick wasn't. What foul company you've been keeping. These birdmen have obviously deceived you. Do you honestly believe such brutish creatures capable of building a functional airship? You're the one guilty of deceit. The Ixal are the reason we were able to take to the skies in the first place. Why do you insist on hiding the truth? Are you so afraid of damaging the company's reputation, or are you simply too proud to admit that we borrowed the knowledge of beastmen savages? Fear and pride can only weigh us down. Only by casting aside such ballast can we truly reach the heights of which we are capable. I'll not stand here and be lectured by my own child. Cease this impudence at once. Sir, we really must be away. There are those 2 items of business in Lim Salaminza that require your attention, followed by a dinner engagement with Councillor Thurston at the Coral Tower. Yes, we're almost done here. Bring my son. If he decides to struggle, there's no need to be overly gentle. A small dose of discipline will do him good. Father, you cannot do this. Please, listen to me. Harm Tatarano you will not. Stab you first with feathers, then pluck you, then roast you, says I will. Is that just the end? Nah, there's more. Is that the end of the cutscene? Yes, because the music changed. Gon Tatarambu is taken, strangled and stomped on his dream's word. For first time in Cecil's life, wish no harm Federalist one, Cecil does. Wish to harm Federalist one. Share with them the secrets of balloons, and now they think they own skies, they do. Desert Wallan stays grounded. Integrate final components we cannot. Patience now. Wait and hope for Tataramu's return we must. Occupy ourselves with crafting needed parts. But if Chairman sets foot in Ecatl 9's camp again, stuff into sack and beat bloody with tree branch, Cecil will. Jesus, Cecil. Fucking hell. Which have now reached respected. And now I can get and use Ixali Oconuts. Or Oconuts, whatever. Alright. Bird is the word. A 3. And now, if I recall... Let's see. We need to reach rank 7, yeah. Jesus. That is so much. That is so flippin' much. In any case, this... we just got even more dies over here. And that's just about it. I'm gonna, meet you guys in another moment. For you guys, and a couple of days for me. Alright, I am back again with having advanced to yet another tier of the Ixal questline. Or Whatever. Greetings, Lin. Mood of the camp dampened to this, dark and dreary. Lie dormant, Desokolan does, like deflated balloon. Fly without Tataramu's touch it cannot. Rely on Tataramu we did, more than Cecil realized. Become heart of Ecotl 9, Tataramu has. Despite this helpless feeling, Cecil does. Ask Lin to visit Gridania and parley with High Wind Skyways, Cecil would. Only fledglings sit and screech and do nothing. Tataramu needs to fly, and give him that chance we will. So serious Cecil has become. Bring small featherless one back to us, Lin must. Look at that waistline. Glorious. After this, there's only one more tier, and then we are dang diddly done with all of that. Like with all of the Ixal in any case, because then there's still some other quests to be done. We're not done with a realm reborn yet. Yay. I'm sorry, were you addressing me? If you have a business proposal or seek employment, then I must ask you that you first make an appointment to the official company represent... You wish to know Tataramu's whereabouts? I assume you're referring to Master Tataramu? Forgive me, but I must inquire as to your relationship with the chairman's son. I fail to see how someone of your apparent... It's you! You were there in that filthy Ixal camp. You're the one who conspired with those battalion savages to kidnap Master Tataramu. Well, I'm certainly not about to share any information with a disreputable ruffian such as you. Shoo, be gone. Now I shall be late in boarding the chairman's flight to Curtis. There's a very important meeting at the observatorium with very important people. And off she goes. Right. Off we go to Curthus. Curthus. Lord Dickman. Nice name. Humble clap. What a day it has been. So many things to do. So many things have been done. We're getting so close to finishing Realm Reborn, and it is quite nice. Because I'm definitely done with this place. And the weird quest. You again? However did you know where to... well, I'll not stumble like that a second time. Now keep quiet. Chairman Tatabaru is engaged in extremely delicate negotiations and not to be disturbed. You're still asking after Master Tataramu? Will you not be silent if you absolutely must know? The young man accompanied us here as part of his continuing education in company management. His chambers are guarded by our loyal, not to mention lethal retainers, so you can forget any plans of spiriting him away again. Right. So we have the boy who is somewhere over the rainbow. He's somewhere, but where exactly I do not know. I sure as hell do not remember. Oh, Lin, what are you doing here? Cecil sent you. Broken without me, say? I never imagined that the absence of my skills would be so keenly felt. I'm flattered, but as dearly as I would love to stroll out the door with you, I'm afraid things aren't that simple. My father dragged me along on the pretense that I would be learning the trade, then confined me to this room. I'm practically a prisoner. Did you see the guards on your way? Should I attempt to take even one step across this threshold, those company-bought thugs will stop me in my tracks. There must be a way past them that doesn't involve outright violence. I have it. You must speak with Templeton, the Skywinds employee stationed here at the observatorium. He's aided us with component crafting before, and is one of the few people in the company I might consider an ally. Wily he may be, but it is that exact trait that will serve us now. Ah, a good day to you, adventurer. What may poor Templeton do to serve on this cold and miserable day? Which, come to think of it, fairly well describes every day in this godforsaken, croc-infested stretch of icy hell. Looking to break Tataramu free from his confinements, are you? Well now, I'm sure I couldn't possibly lend my assistance to such a shady undertaking, and I certainly wouldn't suggest the use of a particularly potent sleeping potion, wink wink. Our sellswords have grown fond of drinking malt wine in an effort to forget their freezing extremities, and I'm sure they wouldn't question the appearance of another bottle on the table. 'Twould hardly be your fault if they overindulged and found themselves snoring under the table till the morning. Away with you and your nefarious schemes, and be sure to pass on my regards to the chairman's son. Expertly crafted by Templeton, this half-empty wine bottle happens to be half full of a potent sleeping potion created at the Alchemist Guild. Linwood nurse, was Templeton able to offer a solution to our dilemma? He gave you what? A sleeping potion? Well, I hope his concoction has no lasting effects. If past experience is ought to go by, those retainers should do well. Should be well into their cups by now. I'll sneak past as quickly as I dare and meet you outside. So far, so good, it would seem. Now, let's return to Cecil's camp before my father concludes his negotiations. A word with you, Master Tataramu. This is the old man, I think. Yeah. Coulson, when did you arrive in Curtis? It's good to see you again. I know what you're planning, lad, and you know what will happen should you go through with it. Your father will not tolerate this defiance. You've taken his side? I thought you, at least, would support me in this. Pray take a moment to consider your father's perspective. He only wants what is best for the future chairman of Highwind Skyways. The world you stand to inherit is not the world in which the rest of us live. There are commoners, and there are kings. We are all born into our fates and the responsibilities they bring. I'm no prince. I'm but the privileged brat of an airship empire. And how did that empire come into being? Highwind Skyways merely copied the balloons from the Ixal and hopped a little into the air. I care not for our company's reputation on it or its profits. Fortune, prestige, its aims are so low. Cecil and his Eckhart line are reaching for the heavens. They have grand dreams and a passion unlike any I have seen before. They seek to restore their lost wings, and God damn it, I would help them. I would share in that vision, soar in the same sky. That is all I wish for. Go, Master Tataramu. I will speak with the chairman myself. I will convince him of the depth of your desire, as you have convinced me. You will? I have underestimated you, young sir. Those eyes, that mask of determination, it is like witnessing a decades-old memory come to life. There can be no doubt that your grandfather's blood runs hotly in your veins. Coulson. Quickly now, off with you. The longer I stand here in the biting cold, the more my hip starts to ache. Oh, for the fervent heat of youth. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Old man laugh. Come in, we have kept Cecil waiting long enough. Right, back to the Eckhart. Chief Totalak, your designer has returned. Cecil? Fuck that for no reason, Goggles did. Not tears of joy, no, you made it did. Listen well, Tataramu. Make up for lost time we must. Work, and work until Desert Qualan is complete. Until hands ache and sweat turns to blood. Yes, sir. Found you. Found camp we have. A reeking pile of dung hidden in forest. Just another freaking Ixal dude. No, not now. Knew you were sneaking about, we did. But know why we did not until now. Pinning feathers for forest people. Making unsanctionable balloon. Crime against goddess and our people you have committed. Harsh your punishment will be. Break it all down, burn it down. Leave you to stew in fear we shall. Hear of this treachery our Netherland brothers will. Pluck their feathers, snap their bones. Cecil, what do we do? Found as they have. Cecil knew this day would come. Too soon it is. If but complete this Qualan, we can... Tribal quest complete. Reputation up. To honored. More cutscene. It's just the usual. The construction is going this way. Cutscene. Right, and this should... Yep. Now we are... Now we have these final couple of... Like the final dude over here. Unlocked. Will give us 50 freaking points. Nice. I'll go and accept these. And I'm gonna do them. And that's... yeah, that's gonna be it for this little recording. So I will be back, you know, once I... have reached the final tier, which is after 1,320 points. I'll be right back.